Imagine for a moment that across centuries and continents, in civilizations that never met, a single type of practice kept appearing. A method so direct, so transformative, that it was never meant for the public. It was hidden, coded in symbols, softened into myths, or declared dangerous, not because it didn't work, but because it worked too well. This isn't a new belief system. It's not another philosophy. It is a key to the one thing that systems built on fear and control are most afraid of. A human being who has remembered who they truly are. This method doesn't fill you with more concepts or give you a new identity to wear. It does something far more radical. It dissolves everything that was layered over your original nature. The greatest lie ever told was not you don't know. The greatest lie was, you are only this, your name, your story, your body. And all along, your soul has been quietly repeating, no, I am more. I have always been more. What if your true purpose was never lost, only buried? What if, beneath all the noise of expectations and programming, there is a clear, steady voice that has always been there? And what if there's a method once reserved for initiates that can reactivate that voice? This is not just a story, it is a map, a call back to a practice that was labeled forbidden, not because it's dark, but because its light is too strong to be controlled. Those who manage systems fear one thing more than any army, a human being whose soul is awake. Almost every deep spiritual tradition carries this same quiet message. Humanity has forgotten its true nature. Ordinary life is more like a dream than we care to admit. And there is a veil between us and our authentic self. And there are practices designed to pierce that veil. But you won't find these methods in schools or corporate training. You find them as fragments in myths, hints in rituals, and symbols in art. Why? Because anything that reliably returns a person to their own inner authority is inconvenient to structures built on external control. So, the practices were banned, mocked, or hidden, yet the pattern keeps showing up. Picture an ancient Egyptian temple, long after the public rituals have ended. Deep inside, initiates lie motionless. From the outside, they look asleep, but their consciousness is being guided through inner realms. When they return, they are not the same. They haven't learned new information, they have remembered. In the Hellenic world, Orphic teachings spoke of the soul imprisoned in the body, using sacred chanting, panned breath, to glimpse its celestial origin, not as a belief, but as a lived experience. In ancient India, the rishis spoke of smarana, remembering what the soul already knows. The path home wasn't through collecting more concepts, but through silence and a return to a natural state of awareness. The goal was always the same, to reunite with a spiritual memory hidden in your own depths. Then came centuries of spiritual rigidity. The path to direct inner knowing became rigid doctrine and mechanical rituals. Methods that once led to living memory were fragmented or branded as heresy. They were a threat not to the soul, but to systems that required people to stay asleep. Because once a soul truly remembers its essence, it becomes impossible to control through fear or shame. Here is the most astonishing part. This so-called forbidden technique, has always been located in the same place, inside you, not in a secret scroll or an exclusive initiation. It lies in the deepest layers of your being, waiting. But to access it, you must accept one crucial shift. The soul does not need to be taught who it is. The soul needs to remember. And this kind of memory isn't born from thinking. It's born from vibration, from a certain inner clarity. Imagine your soul is a perfect melody, but it's buried under noise, inherited beliefs, old wounds, cultural conditioning. The method we are talking about works like a tuning fork. It doesn't add anything. It simply strips away interference and allows your original song to be heard again. The method unfolds in 3 fundamental stages: releasing what is not truly yours, awakening inner sensing, the quiet perception of the soul, and coming into resonance with your true, name your unique spiritual frequency. Each stage is not a belief, it is an experience, and they lead not to some abstract idea of spirituality, but to a living, unshakable sense of I know who I am beyond all stories. Thanks for watching. If this resonates with you, follow along as we explore this path together. If your soul already knows who you are, why can't you just remember it right now? The simple answer is noise. All the thoughts that aren't actually yours. The emotions you never fully processed. The different masks you wore just to be accepted. The expectations you swallowed without a second thought. The path to remembering isn't a single mantra or a one-time ritual. It's a gradual process of realigning yourself with what your soul has always known. This journey has 3 main stages: clearing what you've borrowed, awakening your inner senses, and finally, resonating with your true name. Let's start with stage 1, clearing the borrowed. This is often the hardest part for our ego, but the most liberating for the soul. It all begins when you realize something uncomfortable. A huge part of what you think, what you fear, and what you chase might not even belong to you. Since childhood, you've absorbed your family's fears, your culture's definition of success, your community's ideas of right and wrong. You learned to think things automatically, like I have to prove myself. I'm not allowed to fail, or I need to keep everyone happy. Stage 1 is about learning to see these inner voices and to question them. You don't need to argue with them. Just observe and ask, is this really mine? Did this come from my authentic self? Or was it installed from the outside? When you shine the light of your awareness on these patterns, something amazing happens. What's false can't survive. Compulsive thinking, automatic guilt, the urge to perform for others, they all start to soften. This stage is like mental and spiritual hygiene. You're not adding anything new. You're just clearing out what was never yours to begin with. Once the noise quiets down, you enter stage 2, awakening your inner sensing. This isn't about logical analysis or emotional drama. It's a quiet, direct perception, a subtle, steady way of knowing that doesn't need to be explained. You can't force it, but you can create the right conditions for it to emerge. We do this through things like conscious breathing, moments of stillness, and deep presence in our bodies. Here's a key principle. Whatever you hold in your awareness with sincerity and focus, your soul recognizes as real. Imagination here isn't just pretending. It's a bridge to your deeper consciousness. When you work with inner symbols like a flame, a lotus, or a mirror, you're speaking the original language of your soul. This can unlock forgotten insights and reconnect you to something that feels ancient, yet deeply personal. You start to sense guidance, not from outside, but as a knowing from within. This brings us to stage 3, resonance with your true name. This is the heart of the method. Many traditions talk about a hidden name of the soul, a unique sound or frequency that every being carries. When you can connect with that frequency, not just with a word, but with your entire state of being, you recognize yourself beyond all the masks you've worn. It's like a gate that's been sealed for centuries, suddenly swinging open. You're not convincing yourself of who you are. You're remembering through resonance. The feeling isn't like fireworks. It's a deep, quiet certainty, a feeling of, this is me. I've always been this. I just forgot. This stage isn't instant. It requires commitment and sincerity. As you remember who you are, you'll also see clearly who you are not. Bold wounds and unresolved chapters will surface, not to punish you, but to be released. You can't fully embrace your soul without also meeting its shadow. A true path doesn't just show you your light. It reveals what you've hidden, even from yourself. This is why some traditions warned that this practice isn't for the unprepared. Not because it's dangerous, but because meeting your own truth requires real inner maturity. At even deeper levels, some practitioners enter what you could call a conscious trance. This isn't losing yourself. It's an expansion of awareness. You're still present, but your identification with your ego softens, and your soul starts to lead your perception. From this quiet place, emotions become clearer, perception widens, and time feels more fluid. You might see images or have flashes of insight knowledge you never learned, but instantly recognize. This is when you stop doing practices and start living from a new center. You act not from the mask, but from the remembered self. The beautiful paradox is that the soul never really learns who it is. It simply remembers. And this remembering isn't a single moment. It's a stable frequency, a sense of home within your own being. Once this begins, nothing is ever quite the same. Next, we'll move from the mystical to the practical, with specific exercises you can use to bring this into your everyday life, starting today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for the next chapter of this journey. So many beautiful ideas about the soul stay as just that, beautiful ideas. But remembering who you are isn't a rare mystical event. It's about how you live each day, how you wake up, how you breathe, how you speak, how you move through the most ordinary moments. Today, we're going to translate the theory of soul remembering into clear daily practices. Think of this as a director's blueprint for your own inner world, practical, repeatable, and powerful enough to reshape your entire perception of life. Let's start with the first of 7 core practices, the morning clearing. This takes just 5 to 10 minutes. When you wake up, before you even think about grabbing your phone, just sit in silence. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Then ask yourself, either out loud or inwardly, of everything I'm about to think about today, what is truly mine? Which fears am I carrying that were never originally mine? Whose expectations am I trying to fulfill instead of my own? Don't force any answers. Just let the questions echo. Then state a clear intention. Today, I release what is not mine. I live from my center. This simple ritual shifts you out of autopilot and into conscious awareness. You start the day as yourself. Next is the breath of remembering. For 10 minutes, sit comfortably with a straight but relaxed spine. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your lower belly. We'll use a simple breathing pattern. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale through your mouth for 6. And then pause for 2. Repeat this for about 10 to 15 cycles. As you breathe in, imagine a pure, clear light entering the top of your head. As you exhale, visualize everything that feels false or heavy leaving your system like smoke. When you're done, sit in silence for a few minutes and just notice the sensations. Breath is the bridge between body and spirit, and this practice calms the mind to open a doorway to your inner knowing. Our third practice is working with the soul symbol. This one takes about 15 minutes and helps awaken your deeper memory through visualization. Choose a symbol that resonates with you. It could be an inner flame in your chest, symbolizing clarity and strength. It could be a heart lotus for openness and unconditional love. Or it could be an inner mirror at your brow for wisdom and clear seeing. Sit in silence, close your eyes, and visualize your chosen symbol. It might be faint at first, and that's perfectly normal. Breathe calmly and allow it to become brighter with each inhale. Feel it pulse in rhythm with your breath. Then inwardly ask, what do you want to show me? Don't analyze what comes up, just watch. It could be images, feelings, words, or sudden insights. When you're done, gently open your eyes and write down everything you experienced. These symbols are keys to the deeper layers of your psyche. Practice 4 is the true name. This is a deeper practice. So do this once a week for about 30 minutes when you have complete silence and feel emotionally grounded. Turn off all your devices. Sit in stillness and breathe deeply for 5 minutes to settle your body. Place your hand on your heart and ask inwardly, if my soul were a sound, what would it be? Don't try to invent it. Just listen. It might be a vowel, a simple syllable, or even a silent inner tone, more of a feeling than a sound. When something arises, gently begin to repeat it, either softly aloud or internally, like a mantra. Do this for 10 to 15 minutes and feel how your state of being changes. This isn't a name to share with others. It's your own private sonic key. The 5th practice is the evening inventory. It's a quick 5-minute reflection before sleep. Sit with a notebook and honestly revisit your day. Ask yourself, which decisions did I make from fear, not from my center? Where did I speak just to please others, rather than from authenticity? Which of my actions were automatic and which were conscious? Don't judge yourself. just observe. Then write, tomorrow I choose to live from the center in these situations, and list 1 or 2 specific examples from your day. Over time, this practice reveals your patterns with incredible clarity. Next, weekly silence. This is about giving your soul the space to be heard. Choose 1 day a week, or even just half a day for a mini retreat. During this time, speak only when absolutely necessary. Avoid all external input, no music, podcasts, news, or social media. Let your nervous system decompress. Just observe what surfaces when the usual noise disappears. In the quiet, your soul's voice doesn't start talking. It simply becomes audible. Our final core practice is living from the center. This turns your ordinary actions into moments of presence. Choose 3 simple daily activities: making your morning coffee, walking, or washing the dishes. Do them with your full attention. Feel every movement. Notice the textures, the temperatures, the scents. Keep your mind right here in the present. Before each action, ask, am I doing this from my mask or from my soul? This simple question starts to anchor you in a new way of being, turning the mundane into something sacred. Now, you don't have to do all of this at once. Consistency is far more powerful than intensity. If you're a beginner, here's a simple path for your first 30 days. Every morning, do the 5-minute morning clearing and the 10-minute breath of remembering. During the day, practice living from the center with 2 or 3 chosen actions. And in the evening, do the 5-minute evening inventory. That's about 20 minutes of formal practice, plus a gentle awareness throughout your day. If you've been on this path for a while and the basics feel stable, you can deepen the work. Add the soul symbol practice 3 times a week, the true name practice once a week, and expand your weekly silence to a half or full day. The goal is to move towards living from the center as a continuous attitude. Remember, 10 minutes every single day is better than 2 hours once a month. Beyond these formal practices, there are 5 life principles that turn your entire existence into a field of remembering. The first is active silence. Create small islands of silence every day. The first 10 minutes after you wake up, a commute without any audio. The last 5 minutes before you sleep. Treat these moments as a sanctuary. The second principle is action as ceremony. Make small actions sacred. When you make your morning tea, set an intention. I am preparing an elixir of awakening. When you eat, see it as an offering to your body. When you walk, see it as a pilgrimage back to your own center. Third, clean inner space. Your mind can bury your soul's memory under a mountain of digital noise. Once a week, review the content you've consumed. What nourished you? What just numbed or polluted your inner world? Unsubscribe from what pulls you into fear or anger. Guard your attention. Forth speech from depth. Don't just repeat what others say. Don't speak out of habit. Pause before you speak and ask, is this coming from my mask or from my center? Let your words carry your being, not just information. And the 5th principle, the most powerful of all, is to live as if you already remember. even if you're not fully there yet. Live in alignment with that truth. In the morning, tell yourself, I am an eternal consciousness, having a human experience. Walk as if you carry an ancient legacy. Love as if you've loved across lifetimes. Make decisions from your center. Memory doesn't come from chasing it. It comes from living in the frequency that matches it. For centuries, we've been told that awakening is hard, that the soul is far away. But the truth is much simpler. Remembering is not reserved for an elite few. The method isn't complicated. It's just consistent. You don't need permission to begin. You just need a bit of courage, a bit of discipline, and the willingness to be truly honest with yourself. This journey isn't about finding an easy life. It's an invitation to a real one. It will remove what isn't yours and reshape you until you stand face to face with the most important question: who am I beneath it all? If something in you is quietly saying yes right now, then the remembering has already begun. Thanks for joining me on this exploration today. If this resonated with you, be sure to follow for more. If you're still here watching my videos, I want to say something simple. Thank you. In a world of endless noise and distractions, the fact that you choose to spend your time here means more than you can imagine. It means you're one of those rare people who wants to go deeper, question reality, and look inside yourself, not just outside. I'm honestly happy that there are people who share these interests, these questions, this search for meaning. So if you feel this space resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who might need it. Your support helps this content reach more people who are also quietly searching. Thank you for being here, really.